Hello, and welcome to the webinar CLEP for high schools. This is an extension from our High School Heroes webinar offerings offered this year on the first Tuesday of the month. I'm excited y'all are here with us today. Topics for the upcoming High School Heroes webinars are planned out through the end of the year. If you're interested in learning more about those topics, you can go to the kansasregions.org website and under the Student tab, click on High School Counselor Resources. Future topics are planned out based on ongoing questions during the webinars and Zoom offerings. So come with your ideas for future topics. We'll be happy to navigate that with you. We will be reviewing questions during today's webinar periodically. Feel free to post your questions into the chat or Q&A. Today we have with us Jenny Baran. She is the director of CLEP, and I will let her continue with her presentation.
All right, thanks, Misty. I appreciate this opportunity today. This is my plan today. So no need to take fast and furious notes. We'll have a copy of the webinar and recording on the website at the keyboard. So you can sit back and relax a little bit. And as Misty said, my name is Jenny Barron. I'm the director of CLEP Outreach. What I hope to do today is just have you become familiar with CLEP. We're going to talk a little bit about some research that shows the benefits of CLEP to students and how CLEP is being used. I really share out some best practices from high school folks from around the country. They're very generous in their ideas, and we'll share those forward with you if you're thinking about how to implement CLEP in your school. And then resources. We have a slew of resources, both for educators and students to prepare and practice for CLEP exams. So I'll share all that out with you today. Again, when we talk about CLEP, we know that financially, as students and families are trying to do this thing called college more affordably, it's stressful, and CLEP may be a solution. We know that for early college credit opportunities, there's already a menu full of choices. College Board has this other program called Advanced Placement. We know there's IB, concurrent enrollment, dual enrollment. What I'd like to propose is CLEP can be added to that menu. It may attract some of the same students, but it also may be attractive to a new group of students who don't see themselves as early college credit opportunity folks while in high school. Again, CLEP is an acronym. We're big on those at the College Board. It stands for the College Level Examination Program. CLEP has been around since 1967 as a valid, reliable, credit by exam opportunity for students of all ages to show mastery of college level material. Again, we have 34 exams in 5 broad categories. So again, the exams include the history and social sciences, business, composition and literature, science and mathematics, and then the world languages. When you look at these subjects, these CLEP exam subjects, you'll see that most of them mirror college level freshman general education courses. And again, with the business seat, again, those college level freshman introductory business courses. So CLEP provides the opportunity, again, for students to show mastery of this content and then move on to that next course once they enroll in the college or university. A little bit more about CLEP. CLEP is delivered digitally. They're timed. 90 minutes is the time of most CLEP exams. A couple cool things about CLEP that students tell us that they love. One is that because it's digital, students get their scores right away. So the students at a computer, they hit, would you like to see your score? Yes, they click yes, and the score will pop up on their screen. So immediate score results, except for 2 exams that require a written component. One is Spanish with writing, the other college composition. Again, for higher ed who wants to see a writing sample, those samples are also done on the computer. Students hit submit. The writing scores get sent off to be scored by the respective faculty committee members, added to the multiple choice scores, and students receive those scores in about 2 weeks. The other thing that makes CLEP super helpful is that with no preset exam administration dates, students can take a CLEP exam whenever they're ready. So we have students who take CLEP over the summer. We have students who take it in the fall over a holiday break. So again, it's based on the premise, earn college credit for what you know. And again, you can do that at any time you're ready. The scoring of CLEP is a scaled score. So the scale of CLEP is 20 to 80. We work with ACE, or the American Council on Education, that recommends a score of 50 across all subjects as being a college credit granting score. And just so you know, that score of 50 is what's equal to a college credit or college course grade of C. So much like a student who earns a C in a college course would be able to transfer that to their next college or university. That's what that score of 50 means on a CLEP exam. Students prior to taking their exam can send scores to up to 2 institutions at no cost. For students who aren't sure their post-secondary institution, and that happens, we know sometimes with our high school students, is that they will have their scores in their College Board account for 10 years. And so they can send that at a later date after testing for up to 10 years to an institution for a fee. It's really important for students to research and do their due diligence into the college credit policies at their post-secondary institution of choice. Over 2,900 colleges and universities award college credit for CLEP. Unlike other early college credit opportunities, CLEP is really taken to earn that college credit in that introductory college course. So it's really important for students. They're looking to see what exams are accepted, what score is needed, and what it equates to. Many of our students don't need help finding gen ed electives, but they're really looking for that course match. Currently, the cost of a CLEP exam is $95. When we talk about cost of college and university, again, the fee for CLEP is $95. What we can say is that that's still a pretty high return on investment. So our students who take a CLEP exam, most CLEP exams equal 3 college credit. So again, that score of 50, ACE recommends college credit score and 3 credits. So we can see that a student who invests the $95 can have quite a savings when you look at the cost of tuition, fees, and books for a 3 credit college course. A little bit about our data. So CLEP, again, 1967, it was built. It was really designed for those adults returning to college after time in the workplace or military. But when we look at our data of what we see at the College Board CLEP program is increasingly more and more high school students are finding out about CLEP. And so this is a 5-year chart. I don't have the school year 2024, the one that just ended in June 30th. But we've seen this gradual increase. And again, spring of 2020, we know what happened. High schools were shut down along with colleges and universities as well. So there was a pause in CLEP in the spring of 2020. But year over year, we continue to see our largest increase among CLEP test takers as high school students. Again, students and families trying to figure out how to do this thing called college more affordably. And CLEP is just a tool that they can help to do that. Again, when we look at our demographics from this school year, so again, the 2022-2023, almost half of our CLEP test takers were high school students or high school graduates. Now, we still have our college students, freshmen through seniors, as well as some college graduates that benefit from CLEP. But this is a definite trend we're seeing at the College Board. When we talk about our highest volume CLEP exams, this is again the list from 22-23. Far and away, Spanish language has been our top volume CLEP exam. When we talk about getting college credit for what you know, we have many heritage, bilingual, and native Spanish speakers who are doing just that. Especially in this high school space, we have some really strong CLEP advocates out there who are identifying their Spanish-speaking high school students. And with very little preparation, these students are not only taking the Spanish language CLEP exam in high numbers, they're taking it with really, really strong pass rates as well. Again, boosting that college going mindset as a high school student. You'll see after that, college algebra, the composition, which again, I mentioned had that essay portion. College composition modular is the multiple choice. Again, a test taker who's looking to see which one should they take. My suggestion would be to look at their post-secondary institution of choice to determine which one is accepted and take that one. Again, this is the equivalent exam to most of the freshman English required courses. And then coming in fifth is American government for the previous school year. Again, I have some QR codes put in here as a resource, so it'll bring you to our website. We like to keep our website as the gold source of CLEP information. I think we're all on the same page here that we want students to be successful. One area that we've researched to ensure student success, is looking at the placement validity of those CLEP test takers who earned that college credit through CLEP. So looking at how they did once they enrolled in college or university in that second course. Again, they took the CLEP exam to meet the requirement of the introductory course. And our research was focused on how did the CLEP students do against their peers who took the introductory course in that second level course. And again, great news for our CLEP students who did as well or better in that subsequent course. Again, we also have looked at degree completion. So for colleges and universities, it's not bringing students in, but it's really getting them across that finish line. And so we were happy to see that our research had an increased degree completion, college degree completion for associate degree students and bachelor's degree students, specifically benefiting were our students who are 25 and older, first gen, and underrepresented. And again, we have research briefs on our website, and so I put in this QR code if you're inclined to learn more about that. I think what I want to highlight here is just how this is being used. Again, when you think of CLEP, many of you might think, I took CLEP when I was in college, but here's what's happening out there in the field from practitioners, again, from around the country. I already mentioned this, that we have the 3 world language exams. So we have German, French, and Spanish. Spanish leads volume in CLEP. And again, many high schools are using CLEP, Spanish language, for their heritage bilingual or native speakers. With our world language exams, students can earn 6 credits for a score of 50. It's a little bit different, the ACE recommendations for the world language exams. 9 credits for a higher score, and with Spanish with writing up to 12 college credits. So for high school students, this can be a way to almost have a minor in Spanish by the time they enroll in college or university. We also have many high schools that have combined some programming around advanced placement and CLEP. So from that list I shared with you earlier of the 32 CLEP exams, you'll see that some of the titles are similar to advanced placement courses. Now we know with advanced placement, there's curriculum and it results at the end in May where students sit for their AP exam. We have high schools that have done their work to look at subjects that were similar. So the AP exams that were similar to CLEP subjects, and have those students invite them back to have a second chance to earn that college credit. So again, on AP, just as a refresher, scores are on a scale of 1 to 5. 3 is generally that college credit granting score. So specifically looking at those students who earned 2, they just missed out on that college credit opportunity. What we find most helpful is that it's not really just offering the students another chance at college credit. The student and families already kind of bummed out that they missed it the first time. But where we see successes for high schools or districts who do some prep, review of content, refresh, and then offer CLEP at the end of that review time. And again, I'll share some resources if you have a school or district, or you have students that you'd like to guide towards self-directed refresh and review. And I'll share out some resources, including Modern States coming up, which can be a really good tool for those students who didn't earn that college credit granting score on their advanced placement course. We also have several subjects that are unique to CLEP. You'll notice when I shared out the highest volume CLEP exams, coming in number 2 was college algebra. We know that AP recently has offered pre-calculus, and then traditionally has had calculus and statistics. College algebra is a great example of high school's programming where we have some high school teachers who are having their students take CLEP college algebra as an end of course assessment. Again, that way that student has that opportunity to earn college credit. And many of these students, if they're non-STEM majors, that might be the math requirement they need for that associate or bachelor's degree. We also have subjects like sociology, and then again, the business suite that make really great sense for some high school teachers to align their high school coursework and curriculum to the CLEP exam, and again, use that CLEP as an end of course assessment. Again, as students plan for college or university, a lot of our students are busy, either with their major is busy. I think of some of these health careers. I worked with an advisor out of Florida State who was the theater advisor, and she said, "Those my students are busy. I find a CLEP exam for them almost every semester to reduce their seat time." Students who have extracurricular activities or those students who have to work to help pay for college, CLEP can be a really great way to come into college with some extra credits in your back pocket. And therefore being able to remain a full-time student, but perhaps not having to take that 15 credit per semester load and still graduate on time. And again, we talk about the cost and return on investment. So the $95 out-of-pocket fee can result in cost savings for many students. It is interesting to note while we see this increase in high school student participation in CLEP, about 78% of CLEP test takers take a single exam. So I think that also speaks to the rigor of CLEP, having content knowledge and being successful in one area. We have some superstar students who pass many CLEP exams, but just to let you know, that isn't the case. Most students, 80% almost, take a single CLEP exam. Paying for CLEP exams. So I mentioned that the cost of a CLEP exam is $95. So the way CLEP works is a little bit different than other programs, early college credit opportunities. The student registers for CLEP again themselves. Again, when you think of our target audience, it was really adults coming back to college. So each student goes into their College Board account and registers for their CLEP exam. At the time they register, payment is due for payment in the form of a credit card. Again, could be an obstacle for many of our high school students. So what we've done at the CLEP program is develop voucher in order for schools to order on behalf of a group of students. So if you're so inclined to want to start or develop a CLEP program at your high school, you can use this QR code to begin to order vouchers. The voucher will then just be a spreadsheet of unique character codes. You can order as many vouchers as you think you need, and you're only going to be charged for vouchers used. So each month, if there were any vouchers used the previous month, you would be billed $95 for each of those. Again, it just really evens the playing field for students to have access to CLEP. And then you at the high school can determine, do you have funds to cover those exams? Or are you billing the student and the family for those vouchers? We have no minimum order again, and vouchers are good for each school year. So they always expire on June 30th of the school year, and then you reorder each year. Again, this is the QR code to order vouchers if you're looking at ways to encourage your students to take a CLEP exam, and then again, be billed monthly for those exams taken. When we talk about CLEP, I had mentioned earlier, maybe I did, that there's about 2,000 CLEP test centers nationally. Again, CLEP is delivered digitally. It is considered a high stakes exam for the number of college credits the students can earn. So CLEP is delivered at CLEP test centers. Historically, those test centers have been on college and university campuses. We also, it's hard to talk about CLEP without our talking about our strong partnership with the Department of Defense. So we have CLEP test centers around military installations around the world. But high schools can also become CLEP test centers. There's no cost to become a CLEP test center. And what happens there is it really helps increase access and opportunity for high school students. If you're a high school student and you're looking to take a CLEP exam at a local college or university, the process is you register for your CLEP exam. You'll receive a registration ticket upon completion of that, and then you make an appointment at that college or university. All of those institutions charge an additional admin fee, and that's determined by the institution. So again, another reason why our high schools open CLEP test centers is that they don't charge that admin fee. Again, just removing that potential obstacle to taking a CLEP exam. For high schools that open a CLEP test center, it's really the process is to complete an application. We'll help you execute a contract. Again, someone at the school or some people have to become trained to administer a CLEP exam. It's online modules that you complete. Upon completion of that, you take a small certification exam. So you become familiar with the processes, accommodations, how to deal with any testing irregularities, how to keep the test items secure. So upon completion of that training, you'll be given credentials, and then it's really the setup of the test center. CLEP is run, we work with ETS, and it's run on their unified platform, which means that in order to offer CLEP at a high school, same for our college and universities as well, is that it needs to be on Windows-based computers. With the flexibility of CLEP being offered whenever students are ready, you don't have to think of your test center as being 30 computers to administer an exam to an entire class. You could do it in smaller groups. Again, the test is about 90 minutes in length, so you could do almost like 2-hour blocks and test smaller groups of students. Again, super flexible of how you want that test center to look like when you administer exams, and then again, who can administer the exams. Also, coming out of the pandemic in April of 2021, we do have an additional opportunity for a method of testing where we have developed a partnership with ProctorTrack, so students are able to test remotely. Again, they have to meet those same requirements of having a Windows-based computer, an internet, a private room, but that is an option. And then ProctorTrack, in addition to the $95 CLEP exam fee, they also pay ProctorTrack a $30 exam administration fee. I'm going to have you listen to Michelle and have her tell you about her CLEP story at her high school. Michelle's the guidance counselor at Negaunee High School.
As a school in a rural community, oftentimes it's difficult to give college credit opportunities to our students. We chose CLEP because it is versatile, it's easy to administer, and it's right here in our high school. We believe it caters to everybody, not just the top 20% of our students. Every student can benefit from CLEP. Every student has strengths, and they can find those strengths in a CLEP testing subject. Opening up a CLEP center was a fairly easy process. After the initial technology investigation and working with customer service to figure out the things that we needed to add or the things that we needed to change, it has been a very easy process to set up and administer the CLEP exams here at Negaunee High School. Teachers are often really encouraged by CLEP. As they look through the study guide, they see that many of the concepts that CLEP asks are already covered in their classes. That is such an easy link for a student who already has an aptitude and a skill in that class to earn that credit through a CLEP exam.
Thanks, Michelle. All right, as promised, let me share out some resources, both for the student side and you as educators as well. You heard Michelle mention that some high school teachers are looking to look at the content of CLEP exams to see how it compares to perhaps their high school courses courses they're teaching. This QR code will bring you to our exam page, and for each of our exams, we do have these at-a-glance sheets. It contains a description of the exam, and then you'll see we'll break down the topical specifications within each exam. So that can give teachers an idea of what will be covered on a CLEP exam in their given subject. There are also some practice questions there for folks to become familiar with the breadth and depth of the CLEP exams. Again, most of our exams are multiple choice, with the exception of the 2 Spanish with writing and college composition that, in addition to the multiple choice, include writing samples as well. We, as I said, like to keep our website as that gold source of information. So if you have questions about anything CLEP, this is really the place I send folks to. We have it broken down by, we have information for colleges and universities, test centers, as well as high school folks. So this is the great place to go for all things CLEP. At our on our website, this QR code will bring you to what we call our CLEP store. In the high school space, I think you'll find if you talk about CLEP, is many folks are just not familiar. There's a general lack of awareness, perhaps, in the high school space about how CLEP can be used as an early college credit opportunity. Therefore, we have created free promotional materials. Again, I was a counselor at a college before I joined College Board, and this is something I would do September 1st is use the QR code to go to the CLEP store, order materials, and again, we're happy to get those to your desk. We have brochures. The information for test takers is super helpful, a breakdown with a description of each of the exams. Again, things that you can have to hand out to students or parents who are interested in perhaps learning more about CLEP. And then I can't not talk about modern states. I mentioned this earlier when I talked about AP2s. Again, providing resources for students who want to prepare for CLEP. Again, CLEP back in 1967, when it was developed, was really based on the premise to earn college credit for what you already know. Modern States came to be in about 2017 as a philanthropic group that was trying to figure out a way to make college more affordable. Their tagline here on their website is freshman year for free. So they found CLEP. What Modern States has done is created free online on-demand courses in all CLEP subjects. Again, they hired the faculty to teach the content of the courses. The courses include pre-recorded videos, lectures. So again, students can be learning content. They have links to free educational resources. So if there's additional readings, there's no cost to that. They're self-paced. A student can go back and redo different modules if they are failing to understand or catch the knowledge being taught there, delivered. So freshman year for free through Modern States. I've included their website here. Again, we have some schools that are doing this with the AP2s, having the students come back, go onto the Modern States website to learn the content or refresh the content of their corresponding AP exam. I have a quick video here too of a high school student and their Modern States experience.
Always trying to tell people about the CLEPing and Modern States. I'm pointing people to Modern States all the time.
So I earned my AS degree in early childhood education in 11th grade, and then finished out my high school diploma and my bachelor's degree this semester as well.
Young people are going into the world with debt that has a big impact on them for, a lengthy period of time. And I think that they often don't even realize the impact of that debt and the difference that's going to make in their life later. So, they're not equipped to even quite understand that yet. So I think it's a phenomenal tool to help students get credits without having to pay those high college tuition rates. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not taking that route and have finished out my college career debt-free.
Always trying to.
So when I mentioned that most students, almost 80%, take a single CLEP exam. Obviously, she's one of those CLEP superstars that took many. So this is again how the Modern States works. Their website is modernstates.org. Learners can go to modernstates.org and register for one of those free online courses. As they complete the course, there's an embedded CLEP practice exam within the course. If students complete that exam with 75% proficiency, Modern States will provide a voucher to cover the $95 exam fee. So the student